Hey folks, today is Tuesday, April 19th, and for the past 2 nights in a row I have woken up with really strange and prophetic dreams kind of just stuck in my brain. So I wanted to talk a little bit today about prophecy in general and mention a few of the prophecies that have been spoken over me in the past couple of months. Spiritual gifts as a whole are seen mostly in the New Testament. In 1 Corinthians, Paul calls out a whole list of spiritual gifts, which include wisdom, knowledge, faith, healing, powers, prophecy, speaking in tongues, interpretation of tongues, miracles, teaching, and the list goes on even further than that. The church now is actually pretty divided on what spiritual gifts are and if spiritual gifts even exist. It's kind of split. Some people think that spiritual gifts now are purely theoretical and that yes, it used to happen, but those kind of things don't happen anymore and the Holy Spirit doesn't speak in that way, yada yada yada, that kind of thing. On the other side, the other extreme is that people think that they're a requirement for faith, that gifts are a sign of being saved, and if you don't have gifts, then your faith isn't strong enough or you aren't actually saved. I think, as with many things in the world, the truth lies somewhere in the middle. I definitely think that they exist, and I've seen them in my own life, but I also recognize that not everybody experiences them, and even when they do, sometimes people experience them in different ways. I do want to have a bit of a spoken record of some of the prophecies that I have received in the past couple of months, and so I've got a couple different spaces where I've written them down, and I'm going to talk about some of the things that I've heard and received lately. I am a warrior, and that's something that I've heard for the first time this past January, but have heard multiple times since then, so that's interesting and kind of amazing. I am a storyteller, and the exact wording here was keeper of stories, and later on I heard more specifically keeper of histories. A girl told me a few weeks ago that I was going to have visions and dreams. So at that same event, someone else told me that I was a psalmist, and in that same area, someone told me that I have a lot of songs, so a songwriter as well, which is also really cool. I want to have a record of these things because I want to see if they come true, how they come true, and what form they take in the future. I also just wanted to, I guess, put this out there to say that, prophecy is weird. Yeah, so I think that's why I wanted to make this video and put it out into the world as well, because it's not something that you see every day, but it's definitely something that exists in the world. And if someone comes up to you in the middle of the street and starts saying things that they couldn't possibly know because they're a complete stranger, or starts telling you about your future, they might not be crazy. They could be. I'm not going to completely take that possibility off the table, but also listen to what they have to say, and if it makes sense, if it sounds like it could be true, listen, receive it. This has been a really strange video, in part because I often try to make videos about things that I know something about, and this is something that I'm still in the process of learning, so this has been an interesting video to make. I'm really curious as to what you guys have to say, if any of you have received prophecies or have given out prophecies. I would love to hear any stories that you may have in regards to this topic. If you think I'm crazy, Let me know all of these things in the comments because I love hearing from you guys, and I love talking with you guys.